Well, hello everybody. How's y'all's week been? Arr. This is part of my Halloween costume this year. So I'm gonna be Lucifer um, from the show Lucifer. If y'all remember that, one of the episodes, him and Detective Decker did a masquerade party at his place, and they dressed up, and Lucifer had something similar to this. The actual mask that he wore in that film or in that episode is like $130 mask. So that was not in my budget, not gonna happen. So this was the closest thing that I found to it that will fulfill the needs. I'm gonna have a red button-up shirt, and then I've got the skull tie here, and then and then the black paisley vest. So the wife and I are going out tonight and tomorrow night for some Halloween costume competitions, just to have fun, just to have some good evenings out together. So let's see who we got in here. Neil. Neil's in the house. Broke AZ Knives. Dang Ross in here. Fantastic. And Sean, I don't think I know Sean. Where the hell is everybody? Yeah, most people are not from Florida and Georgia that are watching my lives. So, it's been one heck of a week. Let's see if I can drink. Yep, I can barely drink wearing this thing. So, let's see what's exciting news. I got I picked up, and I'm sure a good number of people picked up um, the new Devo knife. Oh, you think the mask scared them away? Nah, it fits a little awkward. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to, because there's some empty space here, and the horns kind of don't want to sit exactly right. So I might have to wear some kind of a thin beanie hat. I actually have one in mind that I could wear to thicken up the top of my head and hopefully fill that space out. I had to, and it looks like I've got to make some cut adjustments, maybe, for the ears, because it actually did not have cutouts on the sides for your ears, which was weird, and did not like that. Hey, T Fetch. Yeah, gay Mardi Gras in your town. No, this is I'm gonna look like Lucifer Morningstar. Hey, brand new. What's up? I didn't scare you, did I? um, so I got the new Devo. I haven't decided whether or not I really like it that much. It's okay. It's a little small, as I put out in my video. And funny thing with that video, um, in that there we go. Yes. Mm-hmm. The wife is dressing up as Detective Decker, so she's it's not that much of a dress up. Hey Byron, what's up? I'd run fishing line up to each horn to make them wiggle. They wiggle a little bit. See? They feel and look a little lopsided. I don't know. Or I'm just holding my head crooked. I have no idea. It was a relatively inexpensive mask. And I painted them. I painted them gold, and then the face part I hit up with some red. There's still a little bit of white showing, which is kind of what I was going for. Yeah, you could say I'm a little horny. Yeah. Without the head moving. Yeah, but the wife likes it when the head's moving. All right. Let's see. So I got the new Devo knife. I like it and I don't like it. I wish it was a little bigger. And the funny thing about the video that I did on that, it took me 3 takes, and I actually did 2 takes and edited the second one. Was not happy with my first take, so I edited the second one, and then and even with editing it, and it took forever to do that, I wasn't happy. I still wasn't happy with it. It was still like right about 21 minutes long. And I felt like I was rambling just a little too much. Like I don't ramble enough as it is. So I went back out and did a third take. And by that time it had gotten dark. So I was pulling out a couple of, had some O-bulb O-lights, and I had another lantern light that I hung from above, and had the back porch light, and was trying to get the right lighting and enough lighting. And well, if you watch the video, you see how I had to grab my O-bulb and shine it almost directly onto the knife so that you can see where the liner lock is. Let me actually go grab the knife real quick. Yeah, T-Fetch, Detective Decker is really not much of a costume.
I still have a mask. Like I said, Urban takes forever to do anything.
All right, so I tried to point out in the video, and I just didn't have enough lighting. The cutout that's right here for access to the liner lock. It's a lot. And I get if you've got beefier fingers, if you got good old heavy sausages for fingers, then that's probably greatly appreciated, especially on these smaller knives. But for average hands, that is a lot. That is a lot. Because you see how when you go over to the other side, you know, it's flush with the liner. So that's a great difference from one scale to the other scale. And so ergonomically, that changes it a little bit. And I kind of feel like it's, as a lefty, it's pulling the edge of the blade down away from me. I don't know. I don't like it. It feels fine right-handed because the larger scale is the first scale that your finger's wrapping around. So it's kind of just the end of your finger that's curling up over it. But yeah, I just think that they could have done a little bit less of a cutout. It didn't need to be that big of a liner lock relief. Just again, my whole video is I really got nitpicky about the Devo nip. And I did have a lot of fun playing puns off of the name Nip. So, but yeah, I do like the knife. The biggest thing is I wish it was just a hair bit bigger. Like I said in my video over it, 15 to 20% larger, and that would have been money for me, and I think a lot of people. So, got that knife. I ordered today. If you haven't seen on White Mountain Knives, let's see, I have the Pyrite, the regular size Pyrite with the Wharncliffe blade, sheep's footy Warney blade. They came out, White Mountain just dropped their exclusive version with the frag pattern handle. So if they still got them on their site, might want to go pick one up if you like pyrite but feel like the flat scales are just too slick and you want some grip, want some texture, and love the look of the frag pattern. See if you can still grab one on White Mountain Knives. So yeah, I agreed, Byron. I think that for many people, the nip was just a little too tiny, a little too small. And if you saw Javon's done a lot of photos with his on Instagram, and he's he stacked it up next to his Jaeger M, and damn, are they, design similar, very, very design similar. And the Jaeger M is basically, for the most part, just the full size version of this. So yeah, I think that this could have been just a little bit bigger, and it would have been much more favored and would have had even more sales. But yeah, if you want the frag pattern handled of this guy, White Mountain Knives. Hopefully they still got them. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily too small. Again, I've carried it with me pretty much all week, and I like it. I like using it. The fact that it's got the Wharncliffe straight edge blade makes it extremely useful on the daily for opening boxes and packages, cutting tape. I love using it to cut strings off because you literally just pinch the string and then twist the blade, and it'll cut the string real close to the base from wherever the string's sticking out from. But yeah, I think it would have been just all that much sweeter if it was just a hair bit bigger. So I wouldn't say it's too small. I'm glad they didn't make it any smaller though. So yeah. News, if you aren't signed up for the newsletter for EMP EDC, which you should be, I love EMP EDC. John is such an awesome dude. So if you're not signed up for the newsletter and you haven't been paying attention on Instagram, there's a special something that I've been waiting for an insanely long time, or at least it's felt that way, since Blade Show, since I got to put one in my hand at Blade Show. But there is a new OTF coming out, and it's coming out really soon. He's made the announcement when it's coming out. So sign up for his newsletter and pay attention to EMP EDC Instagram, and you'll know exactly which one I'm talking about. You'll know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Hey, honey, you sound like a brace face right now the way you're talking.
I sound like what?
You got braces.
Like I have braces? Well, let me take the mask off and switch to a regular hat. Y'all want cowboy hat, or do you want ball cap? Y'all want me to throw on the cowboy hat?
No, it's Florida Georgia weekend. You gotta wear a Georgia Bulldogs hat.
Oh, but I'm not a Georgia. But there's like hardly anybody. There may be one person in my chat besides you and me that's a Georgia fan.
So that's their problem.
That's their problem.
That's their problem.
I hope that's for you and not for mommy and not entirely for you.
No, we're sharing it.
Okay, you better share that. All right, I put the Georgia hat on since it's Georgia-Florida weekend.
This is you, this is me.
Dang, Ross wanted me to keep it on. It was getting hot, actually. Honestly, it was getting hot. I was sweating. And it was a little hard to drink the whiskey.
No.
Yes, Drizzy, I put the Pulse OTF in my hand at Blade Show. And you can ask John from EMP EDC or Tri-State. You can ask Tri-State. I had to swing by their booth, the MPEDC booth, probably every 2 hours, at least every 2 hours. I went by that booth and stood there for about 15 to 20 minutes just so that I could fidget with that OTF. I love that OTF. And supposedly the production run has been given some slight improvements, like it needed any. But yeah, he claims, John says that there's a couple of things that got just fine tuned and to make it even more awesome. And I can't imagine it being more awesome. I can't. But apparently he says it is. He says the actions, just even better, and the logo on the where the pivot would be. He says it looks a little cleaner. Maddie, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, boy.
What did he say?
I'm gonna put you in timeout. EMP-EDC is not doo-doo, and you know it.
How did you get that?
He's wanted to see me suffer a little more. Are you serious? I mean, you're terrible. Y'all are so mean. Yeah, the only OTF that I've had, and I've had this guy for about 2 years, I think. Yeah, about 2 years. And this is just a Cobra Tech, so nothing special. I bought it kind of not necessarily on a whim, but like I just wanted to try an OTF out, see if I liked using it, if I liked having it with me, or if it was going to be something that I would sit in the drawer. So I like this thing. I really love having an OTF, especially when I'm on the motorcycle. If I'm spending the day on the motorcycle, being able to just pull this out, do this with gloves on, use the knife, and then get it back in the pocket. And OTFs do a really good job with solid size clips to make them pretty darn easy to go in and out of the pocket wearing gloves. And again, that's the key, is knives that are good in and out of the pocket and being able to open and close easily when wearing gloves on the motorcycle. So that's those are the main checks in the box that gotta happen. So yeah, usually my larger folders and this guy, and I love having an OTF when I'm out on the bike.
Yes.
This guy goes with me often when I'm on the bike. This is the Basilisk Dam Designs, all blacked out. Another one that goes with me a lot when I'm riding the bike is this guy, because again, opening, closing, even with gloves on, as long as they're not my winter gloves, but my riding gloves that I 90% of the year wear, I can open and close this guy very easily with gloves on. No. If they had done a flipper on this sucker, I could do this with the gloves on, but it's kind of hard with gloves on to get your thumb in there to roll it or try to underfinger flick it with gloves on. But yeah, if they'd done a solid flipper tab on this, which they didn't, then this one could be something that I carry on the bike when I'm on the bike. Same thing with this guy. I actually can, and the reason why I can is because of the way these thumb studs are. These thumb studs, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but between the flathead slash that's on it, but the camera's not picking up. But there's a bunch of there's like a little bit of grip right on the edge of it, and so I can even with gloves on, I can open and close this guy. Let's see, what other knives? My Harsey. I can do my Harsey all day long on a bike. Riley needs some medicine. Suburban needs medicine. He's got this cough. The mayhem can be done with bike gloves on. Woo! You sound terrible. And same with anything with a good size flipper tab and sweet action can be done with gloves. But yeah, so I promised, as promised, I have a giveaway. To do. Yep, gonna do a giveaway. Do we got enough? How many people we got in here? We got enough people in here to do giveaways? Maddie likes to see me when I get all riled up. Ha ha ha. Maddie's just a shit stir today. He's saying damn designs do too. Uh-oh. I'm personally not impressed with the Klein brand of tools. Again, I'm not a dedicated electrician. In fact, I prefer to do as little stuff with electricity and plumbing as possible. I know how to do just about all of it, but
do I count in the giveaway?
Don't like to do it. No, you don't count in the giveaway.
What's the giveaway?
It is shit that you wouldn't like or already have anyways.
What is it?
All right. You want to know what's in the giveaway? We're going to start with the mini open in red. So the wife already has one of these thanks to who gifted that to you?
I don't remember.
Wasn't it LCAP?
Yeah, I think so.
Or B&A? Who?
No, it was LCAP.
It was LCAP? Yeah, LCAP did.
Yeah.
I've been meaning.
Don't ask me questions.
I need to pull out tomorrow. I have like 4 or 5 knives that need to be stropped, including the Devo nip, because mine out of the box was not hair popping sharp. It is still sharp, but it's not hair shaving sharp. And so I'm hoping, I believe that just putting it on a leather strop, it'll be good to go. So I'm going to set up the beautiful leather strop that LCAP sent. Load it with some compound and go to town on like 4 or 5 knives that I have that need to be sharpened. So today's giveaway, along with the pen, our knife that we're giving away, is the Artisan Jungus. Look at that nasty, super aggressive blade. Isn't that one heck of a clip point? This thing is nasty. So, yeah, I figured this was appropriate Halloween time to do something that was kind of right. So, yeah, I like this knife. It's in what steel is it in? APR? No, it's an N690, which some people think is meh, but I gotta tell you, I've not had to sharpen this. I've only stropped it twice, and it is still hair shaving sharp. But I'm telling you, this is a sweet knife. If you like clip points, if you like aggressive looking blades, and he's not big. He's right about 3-inch blade. He looks bigger because of the shape of the clip point, but no, this is a sweet knife. Really sweet knife. My Carter scales. That's the deep-ish carry clip on it. It's got some speed holes in the scale. So yeah, so this is the knife with the pin, and whoever wins, they get the choice. They gotta tell me which one they want. They can either have the F-bomb patch, or they can have this fun one. Bad choices make good stories. So one of these patches. The other one will go in one of the next giveaways. All right. So whoever wins will get to choose which one of those two patches. Plus, they get the pin and the Artisan Jungus.
My costume.
All right. So we're gonna do.
Mine?
Yeah. Hey, can you keep your voice down? I'm on my live. Cody.
Where's your sunglasses, Cody?
Teenagers. I need a piece of scratch paper. Here we go.
With the hashtag.
No, can't use that for scratch paper. Here, I got a piece of scratch paper. All right, we're gonna do the number giveaway, numbers game.
Oh God.
Numbers game. Let's do range.
Range.
Yeah, range. It's gonna be 272 to 385. Get out of here.
Yeah. You.
And let me write down a winning number. Write down a winning number. 272 to 385. We'll go with all right. Make sure when I fold over the paper that you can't see the winning number. Nope, we're good. All right. When I put up a start, the range is 272 to 385. $272 to 385 is your range. So guess a number. Y'all know the rules. Go ahead. Starts up. Guess away. Guess away.
Can you mute that for a second?
Do what?
Mute it for just a second.
276.
All right. We getting our numbers in. Let it go just a couple more minutes. Did you see the pumpkins on the Riley? Did you see pumpkins on the dinner table?
Yeah.
Big ones? Yeah. You excited about carving them this weekend? I'm probably gonna do it Sunday. Either Sunday or Monday. Maybe Monday afternoon.
Sunday.
I hate it when it's hot
Sunday.
on for Halloween. I prefer the weather to be cold, but you know, when you live in the South, that's what you get. That's what you get.
When you in the West, it's
All
gonna
right,
be hot.
let's see who's Who might be our winner?
And who I'm making breakfast casserole this
You.
weekend. You're not allowed to help.
Chill.
What? Huh?
Making my breakfast casserole this weekend. You're not allowed to help cook it
Why not?
because it's my recipe.
But I do it better.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Let's see who's my closest.
Your sunglasses. All right, then you grab them.
What for? My sunglasses?
Because I need
That are
teenagers. Don't ever have children.
the tiny children.
Yeah, don't let them grow up. Give them the anti-grow up spell.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm cutting the audio here and there because my 14-year-old is being a jerk about not letting Mrs. Urban borrow his aviator sunglasses for the sake of dressing up in the Decker costume.
They're
So,
aviators.
Yeah, because they're your standard black aviators, and that's what that character wore. And my son's being a jerk, not wanting to let her borrow them. My younger son would let her borrow them, no problem.
I love her. She's nice.
All right, if you haven't
She's
guessed,
a nice woman.
I'm gonna let it go for about one more minute. 272 to 385. Throw up your guess. I have somebody who's really, really close. No changing numbers at this point.
Let me see.
All right. You ready to reveal the winner?
Yeah.
You ready to reveal the winning number?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let me put in El Stapo. There's your stop. No more guesses. And our winning number was 357. 357. So the closest person,
Was.
which shouldn't be that hard for me to go back to. Our closest person was Broke as Knives.
Woo!
He was my closest without going over. So congratulations. Congratulations. Broke as Knives. You are the winner. So knife, pen, and please tell me which patch you would like. Which patch would you like? The bad choices or the F-bomb?
F-bomb. Yeah, F-bomb.
Maddie, I'm about to kick you out, man. I'm about to kick you out. We ain't gonna be friends no more. Which one you want, dude? Let me know. Broke as Knives, which patch you want? The bad choices? Alright. Bad choices. That means I'll save the F-bomb for Maddie.
No! Mm-mm.
Now you want to talk crap about Lowe's brand new?
Guys, Dad will get that one. No.
Alright.
No.
Hit me up, Broke Ass Knives at urbanwoodsman87@gmail.com. Send me an email there, and or you can hit me up on Instagram Messenger with your mailing, and I will get that sent out to you Monday. I'm not working Monday, so no reason why I can't get that in the mail by then.
Gotta work on it.
Yep. We just had inventory, so a lot of stores just had inventory here in the Southeast. I don't know about the rest of the country, but the Southeast, my region, if you live in the lower eastern United States, you might want to go to your Lowe's and talk to a manager and ask if there was anything found in inventory on a high clearance deal, a high clearance sale, because we had a handful of items. Every year this happens. Inventory crew finds a handful of items that have been sitting up on the high shelves for way too darn long, and the company wants it out of the system, out of the store, gone ASAP. So they discount it like 60 to 80% off, like literally $100, $200 off on some items, some good items. We actually had a small, a little mini fridge, a little 1.7 cubic foot mini fridge that's normally $120, and it got sold just to this morning because I went to go get it and it was gone. $120 mini fridge went for a whopping $29. $29 for a 1.7 cubic mini fridge. One heck of a good deal. I didn't need it. The idea was that if I couldn't find a use for it, that I would sell it in a handful of months and make 30 or 40 bucks off of it.
60.
So
60 is
that was the plan. You want a leaf blower vacuum mulcher deal?
Yeah, I get. We gonna get you one.
I can't. I don't have any particular one that I'd recommend. I will say this: as much of a Southern home roots American that I am, and I like gasoline things. I like my motorcycle. I will never. I refuse to, as long as I possibly can, to not have to have an electric vehicle. Do not want a damn electric vehicle. But I will say that my leaf blower, just all but one. I only own one corded drill. My other 5 or 6 drills that I have are all battery powered. My leaf blower is battery powered. My weed whacker is battery powered. It's actually use same brands that use the same batteries as my leaf blower. What else do I have that's battery powered? My pressure washer is electric. It's not battery powered, it's electric. The only thing besides the motorcycle and our 2 cars that takes gas is my lawnmower, my riding mower, and my generator that I use for nasty weather, for when the power goes out for more than 8 hours. Here we go. I got one for you, Maddie. There you go, Maddie. Take that. Tesla is doo-doo. They want to catch fire all on their own. Why would you want a car like that? Never, never, never a Honda that's electric. No, thank you. You're so full of shit. How do we as a community tolerate this man? I have no idea. I have no idea. I do like a lot of my household stuff, my outdoors equipment stuff, to be electric, or battery powered, because of the fact that when you're dealing with small engines, really small engines, they get really finicky. I even gave up on my chainsaw. The chainsaw that I own now is battery powered. Is an 80-volt batteried chainsaw. It's not obviously not a big chainsaw. It's just a smaller one. So, which is all I need for the most part. I had a Husqvarna, and I typically like Husqvarna, but Husqvarna has one issue with their chainsaws. When you're using them in wet or cold weather, and you're having to do cold starts and then hot starts, they have an issue with the cylinder and the compression. And what happens is the cylinder ends up expanding from the heat, and it either cracks or causes the casing that the cylinder is going up and down. And so what you end up having happen is that either the casing that the cylinder is going into cracks, or it expands and then stays expanded when the cylinder shrinks back down, and then you lose your compression. And there's no way of fixing that. The only thing you can do at that point is buy a new motor, which is buy a new Husqvarna. So buy a new chainsaw. So it doesn't happen very often, but it happened to me, happened to mine. And so I chose at that point to switch to a battery powered chainsaw. And I couldn't be happier, for the sake of the fact that when it comes time to use a chainsaw, and most of the time I'm just making like maybe 4 to 8 cuts, nothing too big around, nothing serious diameter. So it's just a handful of cuts, and it's just super nice not having to sit there and prime and do the whole pull start thing, and and worry about, does it got the gas, is the oil good, it's just a lot less hassle. And when you pull chainsaw out of a case, and there's a whole pile of chain oil in the bottom of the case, having to wipe that out and clean that out, and you just feel like you've wasted all that chain oil. Yeah, you don't have to deal with that very, like, really at all with the electric chainsaws. So it's kind of nice. You squeeze the safety lever on the handle and push the button, and it goes. So as long as the battery's got a charge to it. But yeah, so prefer having a lot. And same thing with the pressure washer. Pressure washers. My dad has always had gas powered pressure washers, and it seems like every spring he goes out to use it, when it's been sitting and he stored it properly, he's either drained it or put just a little bit of stabilized marine gas fuel in it, and there's still issues. He's still, the little tiny carburetors on those things can be finicky, and all the hoses can get clogged very easily, no matter what kind of fuel you put in it. I've always had with generators the best luck is to drain them, run them dry, run them until they stop on their own, and then disconnect all the little hoses and run some air. Throw the air compressor nozzle up to it and blow it clean. Blow it bone freaking dry so that there's no fuel sitting anywhere in any of those hoses, anywhere around those ports, those openings. So yeah, dry it out as much as possible, except for the oil. And yeah, so when I've borrowed my dad's generators before I bought my own, I always did that with his, and it blew his mind how nicely it started up when he had to use it after I had blown it out dry and had it squeaky clean for storage. He'd pull it out and he'd put a gallon or two of gasoline in it, of marine gas, your non-ethanol stuff, and it would start right up like that. And he even called me one time and he's like, "What did you do?" So I told him what I did. He's like, "Huh, I've never bothered to do that." I said, "Well, that's what I do, and that's what I like to do. It's my preference, and that's what I feel is best for it." You know, I had him on my one of my videos on the channel for the motorcycle, the one where I swapped out the stock muffler that's stupid quiet and looks like a freaking bazooka, like an ugly looking bazooka. Doesn't even look like a motorcycle exhaust. So I swapped it out for one that I gotten off of Amazon, for relatively inexpensive price. And I like the look of it, and I like the sound of it. But I had some random YouTuber comment on it that it sounded like his weed eater. It's like, you're batshit crazy if you think that sounds anything like a weed eater. Like, I've heard tons of different weed eaters in my lifetime, and never heard anything sound remotely close to what my exhaust on my bike sounds like. Whatever. You can't please everybody, right? You can't please everybody. I don't, speaking of gunpowder, I don't think I'm going to bother this year with the cannons. My little cannons that I have that shoot shotgun shell blanks, 28 gauge shotgun shell blanks. I have a couple of little cannons that I made that do that. They just make a nice loud bang. And since my front yard for our Halloween decorations, I've got a pirate ship, half of a pirate ship, half of a pirate ship, and a skull pirate. Last year, I brought out my little cannons and made them go boom for about an hour or so. I loaded up about 6 or 7 shots. And neighbor kind of was irritated by it because it bothers his dog, especially when it's right there in the front yard. So I think I'm going to pass on that one this year. As much fun as it is for me, all the neighbors with their dogs don't appreciate it. So, yep. It'll be fun when we move. The wife and I move up to the mountains, North Georgia mountains, and we move somewhere where it's some good distance between us and the neighbors. That I don't have to worry about people getting butthurt with the stuff that I like to do. That, and what's the other thing we absolutely do not want? Amanda? Mrs. Urban. She passed out. She's on the bed behind the thing. Mrs. Urban passed out. She's had a busy week. She's worked 9 days straight I think, with no, 13, 14-hour days as a nurse. She's tired. She's been tired today. And it's also that time of the month for ladies, for many ladies, for her particularly. So usually they're a little more sleepy for them because of that as well. If you're married, you know what I'm talking about. But no, the other thing that we absolutely do not want to deal with is having an HOA and paying HOA fees, HOA dues. Those suck. HOAs themselves and having to pay them dues sucks. So, yeah, fuck HOAs. Ours here hasn't been too terrible. It's like $150 a year for fees, and that's really, we have a pond in the middle of the neighborhood that has a pump and gets treated once a year for overgrowth and weeds or whatever, and then the pump helps keep algae from going crazy and making the thing look disgusting. And then we have street lights, lamp posts around the neighborhood, and then the front sign has lights on it. So it's really, our dues are for the most part there to pay for the light bill and the electric bill for the pump and the pond and the treatment to the pond. And then also every 3 to 5 years they replace everybody's mailboxes so that we have nice, clean looking, fully functioning mailboxes. So that's kind of nice. I think that they really could get away with asking for less, but at the same time, I think the reason why they asked for 150 is because we usually get about, out of 65 or so houses, we get about 8 or 9 of them don't pay. And then there's always seems to be, with people moving in and out, we usually get about another 2 that don't hit the pot every year because of houses being for sale or whatever. But yeah, so I think they should and could knock it down to $100, but I don't know. We've only had one issue where one of the presidents a couple years ago, and I ran him off. He was walking around because there were a couple of people that were pissed about these two individuals that don't even live in our neighborhood, never lived in the neighborhood, that would bring their little race track cars into the neighborhood, since our neighborhood is just one big giant loop. So they would come in here with these cars and treat it like it was a racetrack and go around at 45, 50 miles an hour in a neighborhood where the speed limit is 25, right? And yeah, so enough people were not happy about it that they said, hey, we should do some speed bumps. We should have speed bumps that would really throw them off or whatever. And it's like, well, there's a lot of issues with speed bumps. Safety, security, for medical services, for fire trucks and ambulances. And then there's the fact that, that it puts a lot of wear and tear on your suspension system for your vehicles when you have to go over a handful of speed bumps every single day, even, twice a day. It's a lot. It puts a lot more wear and tear on your vehicles. It really freaking sucks on a motorcycle. Speed bumps and motorcycles are not fun at all. Yeah, no, I would never be the president of an HOA. I'd shut the damn thing down. No, so we had our president one year went around with a petition and knocking on everybody's door when we are projected very hard as a no soliciting neighborhood, but yet our president went around with a petition and basically harassed everybody to sign this petition to get speed bumps. And the deal was is that if they got enough people to say yes to the speed bumps, that then for the next 2 years, your dues, your HOA fees would bump up to $200 a house for 2 years to help pay for the speed bumps. And it's like, no. One, I don't want to fork out extra money than I already have to for this damn HOA. And two, I don't like the idea of the speed bumps because of what they do to emergency vehicles, for the safety, especially an ambulance. Something happens to you and you're put on a stretcher and thrown into an ambulance, and then the ambulance has to go over a whole bunch of speed bumps plus railroad tracks out on the other roads in order to get to the freaking hospital. Yeah, no, thank you. And then, you know, kids riding bicycles around your neighborhood and having a whole bunch of speed bumps. And eventually, over time, speed bumps get destroyed, ruined. And then they look god-awful. And then you have to fight for several years in order to get them fixed, repaired, or replaced. So it's just, speed bumps are a major hassle, especially in neighborhoods. So, yeah, totally against the idea. And he came up and he harassed the hell out of me. He was at my door and he was mouthing off this and mouthing off that, and just huge commotion. I stood my ground and it's like, look, dude, there's nothing you can say. It's not happening. I'm not signing your stupid petition. You need to go. You need to move along. And he's like, you're such a da-da-da. You don't deserve to be a veteran. No. Like, he was throwing some shots. And I was like, no, get the fuck off of my property. Said, I don't ever want to see your face again. So, and I had my security camera grab all of that. And so I posted his ass up on our Facebook page, on our neighborhood Facebook page, and embarrassed the shit out of him. Never got an apology. He did. My post was only up on the Facebook page for probably about 2 to 3 hours, but a whole handful of people, about a third of the neighborhood that's on our Facebook page, saw it. And so, yeah, never got an apology, and my post got taken down. But he won't be president ever again. He got shunned big time for doing what he did. And as far as I'm concerned, he deserved it. He was out of line. So, yeah, I don't put up with bullshit. I like to have fun. I like to joke around, but I don't put up with bullshit. If you want to fuck around, you're going to find out. So, yeah. You talking about on the bikes? Or you just want to hang out with me for a day? Man, I had a lot of fun at Blade Show, meeting everybody that I got to meet at Blade Show. It was cool. When I'm in that setting of a more congested crowd, I am a little more, I'm not as outgoing. I have to put extra effort into being more outgoing because I do deal with anxiety. And I felt like I did pretty good those 3 days. So because I was excited, there was more positive anxiety feeling than there was the overwhelming, nervous wreck type anxiety that I deal with. That's also one of the reasons why I don't work weekends at a retail store. It's because when it gets super busy at a retail store and there's just an overwhelming amount of customers asking a gazillion questions, and then you got them on the phone too. People keep calling, asking a gazillion questions, and it gets overwhelming, and my anxiety gets bad in the bad way. But when I'm just with a couple of people, I'm chill. I have a good time. Yeah, B&A, you live. You're. How far are you from your neighbors? You're pretty. Don't you have about a half a mile or so, or more? You can't step over speed bumps. Uh, no, I don't have a sidecar. I don't. My motorcycle is not a big enough bike to really have a sidecar, and I mean, I flattered with the idea of it for the sake of the kids, for being able to take two kids, my two younger kids, on the bike with me by having a sidecar. Put one in the sidecar, or my dog Zorro. Oh, it would be so much fun to be able to put my dog, in the sidecar. I would love to be able to take him places on the bike. He would fucking love that shit too. But when you have your medium-sized motorcycles, your motorcycles that are not designed with the beefier frames for pulling trailers or having sidecars attached to them, it's a really bad idea to do that. It's a really bad idea to do that. It's not the type of stress and strain that those sidecars put on the frames of those motorcycles that are not really, we're not made for the ability to attach a sidecar, and you're just making something work with it that it wasn't designed to be worked with. It's bad. It's not good for the bike. It's not good for the bike. So, and I plan to own this bike for at least 7 years, for at minimum 7 to 8 years. I really I love the bike, and it works so well as a daily commuter and occasional trip, medium to long trip, 4 to 7 hours. I can't imagine doing more than 7 hours in a day on a motorcycle. I don't care how, unless it's like a trike, but there's the argument on whether or not trikes are motorcycles. They are, but they aren't, because they're 3 wheels, not 2 wheels. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah. Yeah, it's brand new. I absolutely love the idea of a dog with his owner on a motorcycle. I just love the idea of that. One day, maybe. One day. That would be cool. That would be fun. Doggles. Is that what is that straight up what they're called? They call them doggles since they're on dogs instead of goggles? Is that really a thing, or are you just making shit up? That's funny. That's cool. Yeah, so I've got the next freaking 4 days are gonna be busy ass days. Being the weekend right before Halloween, and it's college football rivalry weekend. So, UGA and the Florida Gators are gonna be facing off tomorrow. So that's a good game. Lots of places out in town, are doing all kinds of Halloween events. The kids have already done one trunk or treat. If you don't know what that is, it's where you have a location, usually a police department, fire department, a church, something like that has a whole bunch of people with their vehicles, trunks open, or just a booth, a stand type deal, where they just hand out candy and they just set up in one large loop, and all the kids can just go like that in a very concentrated. It's like the easy way out of getting to go trick or treating without having to walk. There's a big ass neighborhood without having to do all that walking. It's just concentrated. But it's cool because then you can do a whole bunch of decorations in the daytime or just late in the evening, and it's good for the really, really young kids, the little kids. So if you got kids, trunk or treating is an awesome way to do it. Awesome way to do it. But yeah. There's an old Indian and Triumph sidecar bike at your local bike shop. Pretty neat looking. Yeah, there's one that I saw on Facebook Marketplace that was down like in Jacksonville, Florida, and I thought about it. I thought about it, but like I said, the Honda Rebel, even with the big engine that I have, the 1100, the frame, the bike itself is not designed for trying to attach a sidecar to. What bike did you get? What are we talking about, Pretty Fly? Yeah, trikes are really crazy expensive, but they're insanely comfortable, and they are a great way for your older riders or your riders who don't quite have the skills or the physical abilities to safely work a standard two-wheeled motorcycle, that they can still get on a bike, they can still get on the road, they can still enjoy the wind in their hair, the bugs in their face, that kind of thing, and be part of that biker community. And if you have your significant other loves to go with you, absolutely loves to go with you on the bike, and loves to do longer trips on the bike, the trikes kind of end up being the route that most of those individuals go, because they're very comfortable. They're much easier to maneuver when you have that kind of setup, and you can haul a lot more stuff. Usually your trikes have a pretty large trunk or gear space, or massive saddlebags. Yeah, you can bring a lot more stuff with you on a trike. But and then you're also a little bigger. You're a little more visible on the road, so you have that added to the safety aspect as well. So, but yeah, they do get expensive. They definitely get expensive, especially the Harleys, because you're also dealing with Harley tax. Who loves the Harley tax? Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm too young to not want to feel that lean, and the trikes don't do that for you. You fly a sidecar in the air. Yeah, no, I don't think I would be doing that with a sidecar either. That's how you mess up the bike's frame. It really is. I don't know if I've ever seen that. That would be interesting. Oh, hey Ed, how are you? Glad to see you pop in here with the rest of these shenanigans, these hooligans with all their shenanigans. But all right, it's let's see, it's 4:47. I had something that I was gonna tell you all that happened this week that was freaking hilarious, and I totally forgot. What it was. I told you how it took forever for me to get the video cranked out on this guy, on this little guy. But there's something else I wanted to mention. And I totally forget what it was. Ugh. And then I'm going to remember like 4 hours from now and be like, whatever. I'll get mad at myself for a minute. But all right, I'm gonna head out because I got a few things to do. For the wife and I to get ready to go out tonight. Um, yeah, I will definitely have to check that out. I would definitely have to try to check that out. Hey, Ginger Fisher, you showed up just in time for me to say goodbye to everybody. The live's over, man. You're gonna have to rewatch it. You're gonna have to rewatch. And you missed the giveaway. I did a giveaway. Yeah, those little stand-up scooters. I don't know about 85. I know some of them that do 60, 65. But 85? Yeah, that would suck. All right, dang Ross. We'll catch you later, pal. There was a movie that the wife and I watched just the other night. Was it last night or the night before? It was a terrible movie. It's on Netflix. It's the movie's called Old Dads. Old Dads. And it was terrible. it was funny, but not funny. Terrible, but still kind of good at the same time. I don't know. It's one of those films that's got to be what you're into in order for you to enjoy it. But part of it was of the movie Old Dads was the older crowd in our boomer days and Gen X, not being able to transition to the liberally wokeist type, super, in touch with our feelings, extremely sensitive individuals. Yeah. Oh, so you did try to watch it. You don't, but you don't remember one bit of it. So the part of the movie was about those scooters, the ride share type scooters, the ones that are in cities that you pay just a couple of dollars and you use it for as long as you need it. But yeah, so what's that name's dude? What's that dude's name? Bill Burr. If I got that right, the actor that's a comedian that has his own talk show. I forget what his name is, but he's one of the dads, and he gets real ticked off at the beginning of the movie. He gets real ticked off and has a bunch of road rage over one of these young 20-year-old dudes riding one of those scooters that can go 60, 70 miles per hour. Yeah, Bill Burr. Thank you. I thought that was right. I'm so terrible with names, though. But yeah, so he was road raging on this dude because this dude on this scooter who just blew straight through a stop sign, almost crashed into him, almost crashed into another vehicle. So he was yelling and screaming at this dude. But at the end of the video, his pregnant wife is early, goes into labor early, and he's far away, and he's trying to get to the delivery room as fast as he can, and they hit traffic in the taxi or Uber vehicle. It wasn't even a taxi; it was an Uber ride that they picked up from where they were, and the car hits traffic, and they're stuck in traffic, and he's like, "I'm not gonna make it if we're sitting here in traffic." So then more of those guys on scooters go by, not stopping, just blowing through traffic, not stopping at stop signs, and he's like, "Wait a minute. Now's the time to get on one of these and do exactly what they were doing. Just blow through traffic and blow through stop signs." And so they get to a hospital way faster than they would have because they were doing what the younger generation is doing. All of a sudden doing the inconsiderate thing, and the thing that drives people crazy pays to their advantage in that situation. So good for them, right? But yeah, so that was kind of funny. That was probably the funniest part of that whole damn movie.
And then one of the other dads ends up swallowing his wedding ring. His wife gets real pissed off at him for that. So, but all right, like I said, I've got a whole bunch of shit to do. I've got to get ready. The wife's got to get ready. I got to wake her ass up because she's still trying to sleep. So, y'all have an awesome weekend. Be safe. Take care. Again, I don't know if there's any of these left, but if you like small knives, if you like this design, and you're willing to fork out the dollars for the Devo tax, by all means, and check out White Mountain Knives. Let me get it back out here. If you loved the Pyrite and the Wharncliffe blade, or the other blade, I don't know if they still got any left for sale, but White Mountain Knives has this guy with the frag pattern scales. Pick one up if that's your jam. And next weekend, a certain EMP EDC knife is going to be available for purchase. Really, really looking forward to it. I can't wait. I am so damn excited for that OTF. So excited. Oh, it's been such a hard, long wait. That's what she said. All right, y'all have a good one. Take care. Don't forget to hit me up for the giveaway win. Broke ass knives. Yep, just shoot me an email or message me on Instagram, and I'll get that taken care of for you and out on Monday. All right, peace.